Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's time to rise, shine, and be great. So let's get started. First up, Heartland Cavalier Connection is joining me in studio with their precious pup to share about their dog fostering services and upcoming Galentines Event. Then it's another edition of Mental Health Matters with Viking Psychiatry, and we're discussing how to be resilient through your mental health. After, CityMoms is joining me to share about top products to organize your pantry. And later, it's time for epic discounts at epic prices. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by Heartland Cavalier Connection. Heartland Cavalier Connection is a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to rescuing, rehabilitating, and rehoming Cavalier King Charles Spaniels in need. And joining me today is their president, Trista Miller, and our furry friend, Piper. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, Piper. What a cutie pie.
She is.
Yes, well, welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, and so we would love to learn more about your nonprofit.
Yeah, so we are brand new. We just started last month. We're 501c3, and we're dedicated to rescuing Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. So we're a breed-specific rescue.
Yeah.
We take these dogs, we place them in loving foster homes, and then we find their forever homes.
Oh, wow. So how do you specifically find a certain breed or accept that, and why?
Yeah, so our area has a lot of commercial breeders, and they often have dogs that they want to rehome and no longer have use for. So we're a soft spot for those dogs to land, and we can give them a loving home for them to enjoy forever. We also accept other rescue transfers and owner surrenders.
Okay, so with this particular breed, what is something that's like really special about this type of dog?
Yeah, so they're a great size. They're not too big, not too small. They're very loving. They're great with kids and with the elderly. They're just a really wonderful companion dog.
Yeah.
They tend to get stressed out in a shelter environment. They're very sociable, so we love being able to place them in foster homes.
Yeah.
We love our local shelters, but it's just a better fit for them.
Yeah, which is great. And then I know that you have an upcoming event
We do.
that's happening. So with this launch of your business and then really needing, you know, the funding because it's a nonprofit. And so you have a what you call it, a gala?
It's a Galentines event.
Galentines.
Yeah, so exactly. So one of our biggest expenses are medical expenses. All of
Yeah.
our dogs have to be vetted, and many of them have serious health issues. So our Galentines event is next week. It's Cupids and Cavaliers. It's a girls' night out, cocktail party style. So we're having Fort Wayne chocolate fountain. Gracie's Goodies has macarons and cookies. We have a flower bar, photo booth, silent auction, cash bar, and best of all, puppies.
Okay.
So we have 3 little miniature versions of this beautiful thing that will be there for pets and cuddles. They will not be adoptable at the event, but people can enjoy playing with them.
Right. Okay, that's so cute. Cupids and Cavalier, and this is taking place on February 5th?
It is.
Okay.
6:30 p.m. That's Wednesday at the venue at Charlie's Place.
Okay, Charlie's Place, yes, which
Yeah.
is a pet-friendly place,
It
which is great.
They're wonderful.
And so through this event, what are you really looking to achieve and just really making that strong statement in the community?
Absolutely. Well, we love to network with dog lovers. So it'll be a chance to learn more about our organization, fostering, adopting, just having a fun night out while also raising funds for the organization.
Yeah. And as people are listening and they're seeing this cute dog and thinking about other dogs that you have that are available, what is just really the first step when it comes to either fostering or adoption through your nonprofit?
Yeah, so we have a wonderful website with lots of information. Fostering is a wonderful place to start because it can get you experience with the breed. And then you have the option to adopt your dog. You can be a foster fail. You can learn all about our adoption process on the website. We can take donations there as well. Chewy gift list is there as well.
Yeah, which is
Fun
exciting.
times. Yes.
And I'm sure this is something that's passionate to your heart because you are a dog owner.
Absolutely. I'm a dog trainer, Cavalier owner, dog park owner.
Yeah. And so is that the main reason that you wanted to start this organization?
Yeah, we don't have a Cavalier dedicated rescue in our area. I've been fostering the dogs for a while, and I have a wonderful network of board members now, 10 of us that are launching this cause, and we already have 3 dogs in foster. So,
Oh, wow.
And then the puppies coming up, so it's very exciting.
That is exciting. Well, best of luck to you
Thank
with
you.
this event and with your new organization.
Thank you. Thanks
You're
for having
welcome.
us.
And if you would like more information about Heartland Cavalier Connection, we'll have their website listed below. You can look at all the options for adopting, for fostering, but most importantly, their Cupids in Cavalier that's taking place on February 5th. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Heartland Cavalier Connection.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry. Welcome back to Mental Health Matters with Viking Psychiatry. I'm joined by Sean Goddard, who is their founder, and today we're going to talk about resilience in mental health. Hi, Sean.
Hi, good to see you.
Welcome, welcome. Yes. Okay, so resilience in mental health. What does that mean, and how does resilience impact mental health?
Yeah, so one of the easy ways to explain this is like going to the gym and exercising and working out, right? When we first start to exercise, we often don't have a lot of resilience, right? We can't stand the impact of running on the treadmill and what it does to our body, right? We can only lift that weight so many times before it ends up causing us problem. And so we are not born with resilience, strong resilience to deal with the traumas and the things that life has presented to us. We actually have to build that resilience over time, and some people do a great time of doing it, but resilience is our ability to deal with adversity, stress, and trauma while maintaining a more positive or forward mental health approach.
Yeah, it's like we don't want mental health to take us down.
Correct.
You know, it may occur, people may experience it. I believe everyone at some point in their life experiences a level of mental health, but it's a matter of, is that going to be the end, right? Are you going to let it overtake you, or are you going to push through? And so what are strategies that people can really use to push through and to be resilient in that state?
Yeah, you know, at Viking, we really specialize in treatment-resistant depression. So we get a lot of clients who've been struggling with depression for a long time. And what we see is far too often people get their depression treated, they start to feel better, and then something little happens, right? And then they're right back where they started. And so when clients come to me and they look at options like Spravato or ketamine, I tell them that while these are very strong tools and can make a significant impact, it doesn't do all the work, right? We have to put in and invest, right? Put skin in the game. And so we do that by building our resilience. And so some ways that we can do that is by having self-compassion and self-understanding, right? We criticize ourselves so much. We break ourselves down so much. We make a small error and we take that big error and make it tenfold of what it is, right? And we can't do that. We have to give ourselves some love and some forgiveness for the things that happen. One thing to do is build strong relationships, right? When it's just us going through it, we don't have any lifelines. We don't have people to lean on.
Right.
But when we build strong relationships, when we have good friends, spouses, significant others, or even pets, right? We're able to lean on them to help us through those tougher times when we are struggling or we don't know what to say or do. Having healthy coping mechanisms. I talked to you in a previous episode of how I went to Enfold, and I talked about releasing the traumas of the body and releasing what the body stores. And so one thing that I do now that I find if something negative happens, I try to release that in that moment. So it's a joke in the office. If you hear Mr. Goddard making a weird sound, it's because he's releasing his frustration.
Okay.
And we have to do that because otherwise we just keep packing it in and packing it in and packing it in. So creating healthy mechanisms to deal with those is important. The other thing is setting realistic goals, right? We got the Mrs. Jones and the Mr. Jones, and we want to be like everybody else, or have this thing like everybody else, or do just as good or better than our coworker. And we set all these expectations, and then when we don't succeed, when we don't reach that level, then what do? We go back to self-criticizing and self-hating, right? And so we have to be able to set reasonable expectations for ourselves and take it one slice of cake at a time, right? And then I think the final thing is getting the help when you need the help, right? We need people sometimes to show us the skills and the tools to be able to build that self-resilience. And so it doesn't mean you have to learn and do it all by yourself. There's people out there who can help you do that.
Yeah. And what is this sound that is made? Is it a
Yeah, it can be anywhere from a to a very, very, I would call almost Wolverine type scream, but it's extremely healthy.
Yeah, it's your releasing tool. I like that. Let it go in the moment, and also like forgive people in the moment,
Absolutely.
I love letting go. Oh, I love it so much because it's like other people's toxicity can sit and corrode you when it doesn't need to.
It's something as simple as like a road incident, right? How often does somebody cut you off, right, or not let you over, and then we sit and we stew on that for 5 or 10 or 15 minutes and build it up to something bigger and bigger and bigger, when really what we should do is right in that moment, yes, maybe it's frustrating, maybe it's upsetting, let it go. And I do that right there in that behind that steering wheel, right? Let it go. And who cares what people think when they see you screaming in your car, right? Because it's about you. Let it go in that moment and move on. Don't let all these little things drag you down, right? Because one little weight isn't that big, but 1,000 weights is a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And so let's talk about the way that therapy can really support this resilient state and accomplishing that.
Yeah, it really comes down to building tools, right? It's easy to maybe pick up a book or a self-help book or those type of things, but number one, I find a lot of times that people don't have the time to commit to read them and then struggle with applying those to my situation. Oh, this reads great, but how do I apply this to my situation, my life? I don't see how to do that. And so a really good therapist can help you realize what some triggers and some events are. We have this huge thing inside of us called ego, and it likes to get in our way, and it likes to be this voice that talks nonstop to us and makes us second guess ourselves and question and all those types of things. And so I'm a huge fan of what's called internal family systems, where therapists will help you look at the inside, look at that ego, and look at all those voices that are going on and begin to be able to silence them or ignore them and build that resilience so that those voices don't drag you down.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes. With these tools, we can really focus on building resilience through mental health, and Viking Psychiatry is here to help. So I'll list their website below to give them a call, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Viking Psychiatry.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Right now is the perfect time to start organizing your cabinets as you are doing your spring cleaning. And we actually have some really great tips for you today from the CityMoms. And Janine is joining me today to tell us all about pantry organizing hacks for the spring. Hi, Janine.
Hi there.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I know we
Yes.
just went through our own pantry overhaul, so I'm feeling like these hacks might be fresh in the head.
Yes, they are so popular online, watching people kind of create an aesthetic for their refrigerators, for their pantries, and so much more.
Everything.
So you brought in the good stuff.
I did. And we're first starting by thinking about the organizing itself. And we're seeing a lot of the acrylic containers being used quite a bit for organizing. I know you and I were just chatting about that. And I think that's all thanks to the Home Edit, which is really that team that brought this so popular. But you know, when we're thinking about these clear containers, these acrylic containers, they are really beneficial because it's easy to see at a glance, maybe the things that you are low on. It helps you when you're planning your grocery list.
Right.
And plus, when you have all of your items in similar containers, that aesthetic then is very cohesive looking.
Yes.
So
and you can kind of, what I love about it is it's easy to access. Instead of having to
Yes.
open up, let me use chip clips and bag clips and all of that,
know.
you can actually have so much just pop and go.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think, speaking of pop, I think one of the things that we love about this is all of these containers have a fresh seal, a freshness seal to keep everything that's inside, nice and crisp. I know for us at home, cereal is kind of the biggest offender. I always find our cereal boxes like half open, the bags are half open.
Yes.
Yuck. But these containers, again, they have that freshness seal. And I mean, the way that these are designed is just kind of so
pop
fun.
and go.
Exactly.
Great
So,
for moms.
Really simple to use. And the nice thing is we're finding these literally everywhere now, all retailers, and they're not super overpriced. They're pretty reasonably priced.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then but let's talk about some tips though when it comes to keeping them stocked and not having that overflow. So that's something we discussed.
Yes.
It's like you want to put all of your beans and your spaghetti and everything
I
in
know.
these, but then what
do you
happens
do?
if there's too much in the box?
Yep.
So now you need double storage.
Yeah, so what we always recommend to people is you don't want to overstock your pantry or your cabinets because then oftentimes things go missing, they get hidden, you're not going to be using those as often.
Yeah.
So we recommend creating your own overflow area either in a basement or in your garage, somewhere that's going to be safe. That way you're only putting out what you need to use.
Okay.
And again, with this aesthetic, you'll be able to tell quickly if it's low and needs to be restocked.
So that's interesting. That's actually good. Maybe like a storage box or something that can be
Yes.
sealed and also put away would be great.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And then when we're thinking about organizing, kind of that next area is thinking about all the space that you have in your pantry. Often as consumers, we're only using that bottom shelf.
Right.
We're not thinking about all of the space up there.
Yes.
So our second kind of big tip is to really identify your space and move it around, customize it as you need. Move a shelf down if that's helpful. Another thought is bins can come easily to stack.
yes.
So now you're starting to see all that space you can use up vertically.
Right.
One of the items that we're loving is that double turnstile. There's also double shelving, but this makes items really easily accessible on two spots. I use this for
Yes.
our cooking oils,
Oh,
for example.
yeah, I was going to say spices would be great on that.
Spices are great
oh, my
too.
Goodness.
Yes, but that really helps. Again, now we're not just using that flat shelf surface, we're using all of the cabinet's vertical space.
Right. Okay, love that.
And then our third tip is to really think about your pain points when you're organizing, because all of us have them. I brought my air fryer as a good example. So our air fryer sits in our small appliance cabinet at home. And the thing we run across is that all appliances have this. They have an extra
Right.
cord. These start to get tangled with each other. So for my pain point, we grabbed these cord organizing tips from 3M.
Okay.
And I don't have the sticky tab on here, but essentially how this works is these affixed to the back of your appliance with that sticky tab. Then you can wrap your cord up, and this will keep all of these out of the way. So
Yes.
that was a big pain point for us. Another quick illustration, this sits in the very back of my appliance cabinet. I'm not a very tall person, so it can be a challenge to try and get it down. So what I did was affix these wheels to the bottom, and these again are just by 3M, found these at Meijer. And now it makes it super easy just to kind of bring in and out,
Slide and
slide in and out.
glide.
Exactly.
Wow, that's so great.
Yeah,
and you know what's so
exactly.
good about that cord wraparound is the fact that sometimes you get those little twisty ties, but it still makes it all mumbled and jumbled.
Absolutely.
So I love that it sticks to the back. Keep it
Yes.
super organized.
Yeah.
Because it's all about the aesthetic.
It is, but again, just think about those things that are really causing you trouble and struggle with your pantry as you're going through this refresh. Identify those and find some solutions.
Yeah, absolutely. This is so great. So thank you so much, Janine, for
Yes,
bringing
thank
in
you.
these tips and tricks and hacks. And I know people can find out so much more on your website, right?
Yes, they can. We've got plenty more pantry organizing hacks on the website, and hopefully we'll help you get your organization moving for the spring.
Okay, thanks so much. And if you would all like to learn more about the City Moms, we'll actually have their website listed below. Their membership is free, so go ahead and subscribe to get all of this really great information and so much more. And I'll see you after the break.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Hi, I'm Karen Fursell. This is Jacob Palmer, and we're back from bestreviews.com. Be sure to take out your phone, scan that QR code, get ready to scan, shop, and save. We're talking bestseller products today. one of which is in my house currently, and it's the Black & Decker Dustbuster. I love it.
Yeah, and we love these products that we have today because they're number one, great deals, but they also come from great brand names, and obviously Black & Decker fits the bill there. This is perfect for the pet owner in your life, the parent in your life. You can keep it in your car, you can keep it in your mudroom. It is great for those quick cleans and making sure that things stay tidy in between the big cleans.
Absolutely. It actually, I love it also because the charging station, it has it vertical, so it doesn't take up a lot of space, so that's really great. Tell us a lot about the dash cam, really great for insurance.
Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen out there on the road. You want to be able to protect yourself in all ways. And so if you were to, heaven forbid, get into an accident, this is going to make sure that you've got the full and accurate story that you can report to insurance. We're seeing these fly off the shelves right now. It's a product type that's super popular because people want to utilize new technology to make sure that they're accurately portrayed for what they're doing on the roads. So this is a great one to make sure that you've got now, especially while we've got it at a great price.
And it does also shoot the inside of the car too, so that's really great. All right, well, we do need some activities when it's really cold outside and we want to do something at home. This is by Lego. This is a really cool set.
It's perfect for the whole family to get together and be able to put it together and assemble it because number one, everybody knows Lego, everybody knows how fun it is, but this is a simple one so it works for a lot of different ages, and it's also at the end of the day, you're gonna have this great set piece for all of February. Maybe it's something that couples can work on ahead of Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I love it. And finally, we have the pet grooming kit, which is really great for your furry friends at home.
Absolutely. It comes to us from One Is All. And as a lot of pet owners can tell you, the costs of grooming are really getting higher and they stack up over time. And so this will allow you to get the job done yourself. This is a great product at a great price point to be able to solve your problems, and you'll save so much money over time.
Yeah, and it's portable. It's got that nice handle, so really nice. All right, well, let's take a look at all 4 products. Be sure to take out your phone. There's some really great deals. Scan that QR code on the screen and get ready to scan, shop, and save.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on WANE.com. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed the show. And remember, you can always catch up on segments and episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. It's never too late to live your best life, so start living it today. And I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow for Friday. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.